Hello everyone, welcome back to the 20 Doof channel, and this is the 2007 Volkswagen Polo 1.9 TDI. And what I'm going to be doing in this video is doing a complete overview of this car, so driving it, what's under the bonnet, everything else about this car you're going to see in this video. So let's get into it. I have already featured a 1.9 TDI on this channel before. That was my old car. That is no longer with us, unfortunately. But this car has a couple of new features. My old one didn't, and also it's like the mid-cycle facelift of the 9N3, so it's got a couple of other little features that my old one did not. But let's get started at the front of the 9N3 Polo 1.9 TDI. We've just got this standard 9N3 front end, nothing too special about it. They didn't really change anything for the mid-cycle update of the 9N3, so that is all well and good. Looks good enough. It's just standard Volkswagen of this generation kind of front end. It looks okay, there's nothing really wrong with it, and that's really about that. So the side of the 1.9 TDI Polo 9N3, it's just kind of very bland Volkswagen panel. Obviously with this is a Pacific 1.9 TDI, so not the Trend. We got two options in Australia, so we got the Pacific and we got the Trend. So the Trend line's the base model like my old one. This is the Pacific, so it's got color matched mirrors, body colored mirrors, body colored little trim piece here, and so that is all well and good. Other than that, the side of it is very much just standard 9N3 Polo. Down here we've got some 16-inch wheels which are rocking some Pilot Sport 3s, so that is okay. They're good enough, I suppose. Yeah, that's really it for the side of the car. Let's move around to the rear. Let's move around to the rear of the 9N3 1.9 TDI. This particular car has been debadged, so you would never know what is lying under the bonnet of this beautiful little blue Polo. Back of it just looks like standard 9N3, nothing too special about that. Obviously it does have the color matched rear trim piece, and that's good. This car does have a couple of modifications, so I'll give it a little start up and you can hear how it sounds. It does have a soft limiter on it. If you couldn't tell already, the car is tuned, so it goes mim 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 mim. Yeah, that's the noise it makes. But let's go take a look under the bonnet. Under the bonnet of the 1.9 TDI, of course, you have the beautiful and infamous 1.9 TDI. So these engines are bulletproof. It's the whole reason you'd buy this, so you get the absolute gem of a 1.9 TDI. This is the AXR, so from factory it produces 74 kilowatts and 230 newton meters of torque. This car has been tuned though, so it now produces 109 kilowatts and 320 newton meters of torque. And you can feel that difference behind the wheel. It is quite a noticeable difference over a stock standard 1.9 TDI, because I was always whinging that mine was very, very slow. It's slow, but nowhere near as slow as they come. Yeah, it's fast in terms of a 1.9 TDI. These engines are bulletproof. I did 20,000 Ks on mine when I had it, and it literally snapped one belt, and that was the serpentine belt. Other than that, no issues with the engine or anything. These things will run forever. They're indestructible, literally indestructibility glitch right here. That's it for the engine bay. Let's go take a look at the interior. So hopping into the interior of the 1.9 TDI, this is what we're greeted with. So this car has an aftermarket steering wheel with carbon fiber on it. I forget the brand, but yeah, it's a little bit out of place on this particular 1.9 TDI. I mean, it's a very, very nice steering wheel. It feels awesome. Huge upgrade over the standard steering wheel, which is just classic Volkswagen steering wheel from this era. So that is also what they changed in the facelift. So you do get the newer gen Volkswagen steering wheel as opposed to the other one, which was like a 4-spoke, really disgusting looking bus steering wheel. So that is good. No steering wheel buttons on the 9N3s over here, at least, maybe overseas, I'm not too sure. So that is fine. With the Pacific, you get the chrome accents around the dials, so that's nice. Still get manual lights, so that is that, and we'll bing at you. Along this particular car, you will find a plethora of vinyl carbon fiber, obviously, because it's a race car. 1.9 TDI TCR at this point, so that is all well and good. Obviously, this being a 9N3, it's got the notorious dash cracking problems, so that definitely does not exist with this particular car. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. You get upgraded seats with the Pacific, so they've got a different pattern to them. They are still cloth, but they do have a different pattern to them. They only came as a 5-speed manual over here and a 5-door. Overseas, I'm pretty sure you get 2, 3-door, whatever. But yeah, over here, that's the spec lineup that we get in Australia. So yeah, shifter, it's floppy, it's flimsy. It gets the job done though, it's okay. Yeah, with the Pacific, you also get an ESP button. Ooh, very exciting. Yeah, other than that, you just get little storage bins. This car has a Temu special bloody cup holder armrest, so that's very nice. Rear seats look like that. There is an okay amount of legroom if you don't put the seat all the way back. Oh, also, in the Pacific, you do get real speakers at the back, unlike my Trendline, which had speaker grills, but no real speakers. So there you go. That's that, really. But yeah, that's enough about me yapping about this car. Let's go and take it for a drive. Here we are in the 1.9 TDI Polo, and yeah, I have to have the aircon on, otherwise the camera will overheat, but that is that. The clutch is also not very happy at the moment in this particular car, but yeah, we'll drive it normally to begin with, so yeah, I mean, feels like a 1.9 TDI Polo, really. Just, yeah, it's a little bit more responsive now with the tune, so it definitely, it feels, other than that though, like it feels like a 1.9 TDI, just with an upgraded steering wheel that does not fit the character of the car in any way, shape or form, but that is okay. That is very much okay. Okay, take this corner. I mean, they corner okay. They're very floppy cars, like very, very floppy cars. Once you stick on coilovers though, they do stick to the ground, so that is good. That's pretty much the case with any car that's like floppy though. You just stick on coilovers and then you're pretty sweet. So that's always good, but we are coming up to our first little straight here. I'll pop the windows because this does have an exhaust mod, so we'll be able to hear the mighty 1.9 TDI. Shift it all the way to first even. Traction off. So quite fast. Definitely faster than your standard everyday 1.9 TDI, so we're coming up to our second little straight here. This car is programmed with launch controls too, so I can demonstrate that at this little stop sign here. It's actually quite a lot of fun. I always whinged that my 1.9 TDI was very boring, but it was completely stock. The main reason for that is because it was my little work daily. I didn't care about it at all. I didn't want to spend the money tuning it. It was pointless to me. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun when you tune them. Oh my gosh. And yeah, you still obviously get that 1.9 TDI reliability, so that is good. You get the 1.9 TDI fuel efficiency, which is good. There are just so many positives on doing this to a 1.9 TDI. So, like, you really cannot go wrong at all doing this to a TDI. Oh, Lexus. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, like, I'll put the windows up. Yeah, really apart from that, like, it is made of tinfoil. These cars are made of tinfoil, so yeah, there is a little bit of road noise, obviously, when you're driving it along. Not to mention this car obviously does have a little bit of a cheeky exhaust mod too, so it is a little bit louder than your standard 1.9 TDI, but this is okay. I don't think everyone's going to be going around tuning their 1.9 TDI, but if you do want to, please do it. It is worthwhile. Like, this goes from a boring little traffic car to a somewhat enjoyable little Fokker rocket. So I would heavily suggest this tune. It's a guy down in Melbourne who does this tune on this particular car. It was done by a guy down in Melbourne for the AXR, but you can get tunes all over the place for this car, so that is good. You don't have to search too far to find a tune that will work for you. Just make sure you go to a reputable source for a tune, because a tune, that is something you definitely don't want to cheap out on, otherwise you might end up destroying your engine. So yes, make sure you go to a reputable source for your tune for a 1.9 TDI, or just any car in general for that matter. But yeah, I mean, in terms of its dynamics, look, this car is running Pilot Sport 3s unnecessarily. I mean, maybe necessarily now that it's got the tune, but even still, it's only, what, 109 kilowatts. hot day, camera's overheating, things aren't going my way as usual. That is fine, because I've pretty much said what needs to be said about this 1.9 TDI. It is awesome. I would heavily recommend getting a tune on your 1.9 TDI, as I was saying. In terms of me suggesting should you buy one, absolutely. Even if you don't tune it, like I said in my 1.9 TDI review from last year, these cars are bulletproof. You cannot step a foot wrong with one of these. Like, they really are just some of the most reliable cars you will come across. And they're so fuel efficient, they're practical, they're easy to park, they're easy to drive. The positives just keep on going. And look, there's only one complaint I have, but that's only because I'm so bloody tall. It's that my leg kind of like scrapes against this pillar, and the only way I can comfortably drive it is by doing like an OnlyFans style spread. But apart from that, if you're a shorter individual, you are not going to have a problem with this car. And I dailied mine, my old one, for 1.5 years. I never really found it too much of a problem. It was fine. So that's good. That's good. But yeah, buy yourself a 1.9 TDI if you're looking for a little run around daily that doesn't cost too much to run, or you just want to have some fun with one. You really can't go wrong with these. So yeah, that's that pretty much. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one.